Welcome back to another day with less anxiety. It's me, Orest, your anxiety coach. It's good to have you again. So, I was just on the radio, on national radio here, about how to use the power of your mind to improve physical ailments. The body and the mind are intimately and closely related. It is, for example, impossible. You can try this. It's impossible to just sit back, lay down, relax your body, slow down your breath, and try to be angry at the same time. Hey, I'm really pissed off about something. It just doesn't work. Just it's the same way as pacing up and down with accelerated breath and just feeling really agitated and stressed out like this, and then try to plan your next relaxing time with somebody, and it's just your mind gets filled up with a ton of things. Your breathing, your physiological responses are intimately related to how your mind processes things. And honestly, I don't know where it really starts because both of them kind of feed into each other, but you can also take back control over one of those. So it's really interesting. Basically, if left unchecked, the body and the mind very directly will connect to each other, and they will change each other's functioning. Now, the good thing about this is that you can actually interfere with these. You can take charge of your thoughts. You can think of a nice place. You can think of a relaxing moment. You can remember a happy moment in your life. You can just connect to one of those, I don't know, the first time that you discovered something that you found that you really enjoyed, or you were really looking forward to it, and just notice how your physiology begins to change. That's one of the many ways in which you can take charge of your body, your physiology, by using your thoughts. Now, it's true the other way around as well. You can also take charge of your body. You can physically, for example, you can sit on your hands and just realize how that changes your reactions to the world when you cannot move those around. Or you can take charge of your breathing. Breathing is one of the fastest ways in which you can change your emotional and mental state. And we'll definitely be looking into breathing later on in this series. Now, in both ways you can, in that cycle, at any point you can grab on and begin to affect and improve the other parts. Now, why is this important? Because if we don't, then yes, definitely our mind can directly affect or generate physical ailments and physical problems. The first of the three that I'm going to talk about today is actually pretty easy to understand. That is what we have most of the information about currently. The idea is that the most important part is, in general, if you are stressed out, if you're constantly under mental and emotional pressure, if you feel bad about your living situation, about your surroundings, about the environment that you're in, if you're constantly pressured because you need to get things done, if you feel stressed all the time, it is a lot like having your car, but even when it's parked, you keep running it with the gas pedal almost to the floor. It's as if you were running your car constantly at 3,000 revolutions per minute instead of the 1,000 that should be the idling. What happens? Your car can handle it for a while. It is created for pressure. It is created to give a higher output if it's needed. But when you're idling, it is not needed. All it does is it will slowly wear down all of the parts involved. It will slowly, it will continue to overheat for you to give. I don't know that much about car mechanics, but I hope you get the metaphor. Now, physically, what this means is that yes, your body is actually more efficient under duress. That's what stress is for. It works better. It is more aware, it is more alert, you perceive more information, you have more energy. Now, the thing is that sometimes you do not need all of that, and definitely you don't need that all the time, all day, especially all night. So, that is one of the many ways, and there are tons of information. We'll take a look at stress at some point more specifically, but there is a ton of information around in how many ways stress will waste your body away in the process. Now, that's one of the ways in which you can generate all sorts of physiological problems, just a general constant state of pressure. Another way in which you can directly create problems, physiological problems from your mind, is by using only the power of your imagination and your desires. I don't know if it has happened to you, but many times, for example, if you're afraid of something, you don't really want to go to a certain place, you might even end up having to actually physically go to the bathroom. You might start to feel ill. You might start to have some kind of a headache. Some people actually completely physiologically break down. I have seen many patients that would have diarrhea just physiological response at the thought of something that was really scary for them. Now, the imagination can create even the desires of what are the outcomes that people want or what they want to avoid. It can physically create very real problems, just like the story about the person that closed down their hearing. Also, phantom limb pain. I don't know if you're aware of that. People that have parts of their body amputated, they might experience pain, scratches, itches, no, not scratches, but itch at the part of their body that doesn't even exist anymore. It's not that the actual nerve endings are being stimulated, it's just completely imaginary. Now, the same thing can happen for people that have all of their body. They can also experience physical sensations that are entirely created by their mind. And there is one more way in which, at least over the in the long run, your body can generate physical problems related to thoughts. There is a fantastic lady, Louise Hay, who wrote an entire book about how specifically every single thought pattern is related to a very specific body part. The lady is amazing. Look her up. It's fantastic. She's actually just a fantastic testament herself to the power of the mind, and also wanting to help others. I really love a lot of her books and everything that she's created and she's put out there. Now, I personally, I don't have proof yet to say with such conviction that every single ailment is the result of a specific thought pattern, but there are certainly some things that are very hard to deny. For example, many people will say that when they're stressed that they feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. It actually either tenses this part up or it just feels as an actual weight on their body. I don't currently know of any of the languages that I dabbled in, like 4, 5, that would not have an expression, for example, that relates fear with the stomach and stomachal reactions. Every single language that I know has some kind of a colloquial saying about being afraid and having to go to the bathroom in one way or another. A weight, I don't know, something weighing down on our chest or oppressing us. There are so many ways in which we already know that the kind of thinking that we're experiencing is generating a physical reaction in the body. Now, if you do that kind of thing long enough, if you're afraid all the time, you might well develop some stomachal problems. If you are stressed all the time, you might very well develop some tied up parts in your muscles, some cramps all the time, negative feelings it can create back problems, it can create migraines. So physical reactions are very, very common depending on your thought pattern. So what to do with this information? If you are stuck in a loop with some kind of a thought that you just cannot be liberated from, then please do take action. Please seek help. Please recognize your thought. Use all the techniques that we talked about before. Name your emotions. Accept yourself. Understand that you can have experiences like this, but do begin to take some kind of action, because your thoughts are not just your thoughts. They do become your physiological experience as well. And those are a little bit harder to recover from or to begin to heal. And in either case, you'll probably also need to heal your thoughts before your body can fully recover and get better in every sense. I hope you do all of that for yourself and you improve your life and you improve your day. And of course, if videos like this you feel like can be useful for others, make sure that you click like. If you want to share it with someone, do so. Make sure that you are subscribed to keep getting these videos every day. And if you have something nice to say or a question, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear everything that you're discovering with these videos. And also, because you did stay till the end, make sure that you do a little bit of this. Be kind to yourself. Recognize that you're spending your time listening to how to get better, taking more charge of life and your own thoughts, to be able to have less anxiety and more of you. Do a little bit of this. Say to yourself, I'm doing good. And you know, you are doing good. So go have a kind day, take charge of your life, and see you tomorrow.